All right, guys, we are on step 3 of developing this pistol. We talked about the deep lunge, we talked about increasing in height, so now we feel like we're actually posting on that front leg and actually starting to feel a little bit of a balance. We did that true step up, and now in this third step, what I want to start working on is on the descent, the negative. The descent into that squat is very important because that's our pulling phase of the movement, and that's where we're going to start loading up the system. If we don't understand how to load up the system or the body, what's going to happen is we're going to have a lot of trouble getting out of that hole. So one thing that we can do is we can go back to the box and we can start talking about that same step up that we were working on, but we're going to do it backwards. We're going to do a step down. And now for this step down, the first thing I want you to notice is how I load up the back of my body, the posterior chain, which is just a geeked out way of saying accessing the musculature behind me. Now, check this out. What am I going to do? I'm first just going to hinge in the hip. That hinge in the hip, I'm going to feel immediately a load in the hamstring. It's just like I'm doing a deadlift with one leg. From there, I'm just going to allow myself to continue descending, and look where my chest is, top of my thigh, and until I reach full flexion in the knee, the foot is still flat, and I'm fully flexed in the hip. From there, ideally, I should be able to press back up the same way I came down, and I finish at the top just like standing out of a deadlift. So if you watched me from over here, you didn't see me on that side, but I was kind of cheating. I was sliding down that box. But watch as I go back, deadlift, press down. This foot, it's not touching the floor. I'm balancing, I'm fully posted on this leg. And then from there, I press the hips up, whoop, and I finish that movement. Now, the last angle is the following. When I'm at the bottom of that pistol, I do not want to see my knee caving in. I don't want to see this happening. Because if this is happening, yes, we are stable, and it's actually natural because there is a little bit of internal rotation in the hip, which is just a geeked out way of saying the femur or this bone is moving this way. I want to try to press that out. And how do I press that out? Well, if you've watched some other series about unilateral loading, we rotate our upper body into that leg. So when we're at the bottom, we don't just stay facing forward, we rotate in a little bit. And then from there, we press up. So on the descent, what do? I rotate my chest in, I allow myself to descend, I hit that bottom position, and now I press back up. And there it is. Voila. You're starting to do a true squat with one leg, but without having to adopt that full pistol shape and just emphasizing the squatting mechanics.